Yo, vlog number 2 of the day. So today, I might sit down on that bench, I think. Today's vlog, I'm gonna be talking about depression. This is a very serious topic, depression. Me personally, I'm never sad. I haven't been sad like in a long time. The last time I was sad, like actually sad for an extended period of time. If I'm ever sad, it's probably for a day. Like the last time I was sad, like really sad, was Kobe's passing. I was sad for about, I was sad for like 2-3 days, but that was sad because of a loss of someone. So that's expected. I'm gonna sit down right here. Look at that sun beaming right now. Man, that stuff is kind of strong. Man, I probably should sit somewhere else. Yeah, let me do that. I'm not trying to sit right there, bro. Anyways, so yeah, Kobe's passing, that was tough. But it was sad because of his passing, not because of, it wasn't really like a depression. You get what I'm saying? It was like grieving. The difference between grief and just being sad, like over something else. And we're gonna be talking about like that depression or that sadness that comes from something else outside of the loss of a relative or something like that. So yeah, I was sad in April too for something, but I'm not gonna really say what it is. But just say let's say it's similar to the first thing I was sad for, what I just mentioned. But that was only for like a day or two, same thing. But yeah, anyways, so I don't really experience, the point is I don't experience like actual sadness for an extended period of time. But there was a time in my life where I did, and it was a very long time, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did to overcome it. So I'm not gonna really divulge into the reason why I was sad, but let's just say, oof, man, it was a long time. It was a very long time. I would say not even in 27. I would say it started in 2017. It definitely started in 2017, maybe even 2016, but 2016, let's say from 2016 to like halfway through 2017. I wasn't really sad, but I wasn't like happy, I would say. I was just like regular, I guess. Now I'm happy. Regardless of what goes on, I'm happy. But then after that, second half of 2017, it started to go downhill. 2018, I call that the dark year for me, because it was just very tough. It was very tough, man. I'm talking, I was in the depths, rock bottom, but I didn't tell anybody. Well, I told a couple people, but not many people really knew. And I was just, going about doing my thing like as if nothing was happening. And this is what everyone does. And the first mistake people make is by keeping it to themselves. If you at least tell someone, like there was at least one person who knew the reason why I was upset. There was probably a couple, probably count on one hand or even less the amount of people who knew. But it was tough. It was very tough for me. We each experience our own depression or sadness in our own ways, and we each think that what we're going through is the worst thing to experience because we're going through it ourselves. And so we look for people who were or are in similar situations to try to get some relatability to them, because we want to see what they did and what worked for them and how they got through it or what they did about it. And sometimes you may find that, sometimes you may not. But regardless of that, you can still get through it, even if you don't see anyone who's in a relatable situation as yourself. So 2018 was very bad for me. It was very bad for me. If I had went to a doctor, I'd probably been diagnosed as depressed, but I never went to a doctor because I was one who was always ashamed of seeking help for something that I was going through, because bro, who am I? Like, I felt like the reason why I was sad was just so stupid. And that's I feel like a lot of people may think the same thing. Like, this is so stupid. Like, I felt like nobody was going through what I was going through. Like, nobody felt what I felt. And so nobody could relate. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how it feels. Like, nobody experienced this kind of pain. Nobody experienced exactly what I'm experiencing. So, like, what am I supposed to, I don't want to go, I'm embarrassed. I was embarrassed about it. Like, I was really embarrassed about it. Now a lot more people know about it than what it was back then. But I may have not said it in as much detail as I could have to some people, because still there's that embarrassment that's there. I was always embarrassed, and that's a lot of people are embarrassed. If you're embarrassed, you need to find someone who you're very close to, very, very close to, and share it with them, because they're not going to judge you. I was fortunate to have that, and if you don't have that, you should build that up with someone, that you can see potential having a good friendship with. The way that you can get closer to somebody, I said this in a vlog before, is just by talking to them more and sharing with them personal things. The more you trust someone, the more they're going to trust you in turn. So you start to share personal things with each other, you start to build trust, you get closer, and then it just gets more and more stronger, and then eventually just becomes so close that you can just share almost literally anything with them, and you won't feel restricted as to what you can say to them. If you have a relationship like that with someone, or a friendship like that with someone, then you'll be good to go, and you can talk to that person about whatever it is, so yeah, once you're talking to somebody, that helps you out. But here's the main thing. Like talking to someone it helps, but it wasn't how I got out of the way I was feeling. The way I got out of it was by changing my attitude. And I made a whole vlog about attitude. Okay, I changed my whole attitude about the situation. I don't know if I've said this in a vlog, but your thoughts are going to control how you feel. So if you feel a certain way, it's because you're thinking certain thoughts that are producing those feelings. So if you want to change how you feel, you have to change how you think, or you have to change your thoughts. That's a simple answer right there. If you feel bad, it's because you're thinking bad thoughts. If you want to feel good, you think positive, good thoughts. It's a simple solution. And if you're experiencing something right now, somebody's watching this and you're sad about something, all you have to do is change your thoughts. Like, just trust me as a person who's put this to use and has helped himself. So you change your thoughts. You change your thoughts, the way you think about the situation, your attitude towards the situation is going to change how you feel about the situation, and you're going to feel a lot happier. That's just the way it works. It's not no question about it. This is a law. This is like facts. This is 100% facts. This is like science right here, okay? The way you feel is always going to be a direct result of how you're thinking. So if I'm in a situation that I'm sad, all I have to do to get myself out of that situation is to change my attitude about the situation. Because if you're sad about something, you're probably looking at that thing that you're sad about in a negative manner. You probably have a negative perspective of it. You probably think it's a detriment towards you. You probably think it's hurting you. But if you think of it in a way that it's actually benefiting you and helping you, then you're gonna feel a lot happier about it, okay? And the thing is, we tend to focus on the negative things, the negative aspects of a situation. We always focus on the negative. It's a habitual thing to focus on the negative. But if we look at the positive and we focus on it, even if it's hard to find, even if it's outweighed by the negative, if we look at that positive, we hold on to it and we focus on it, we feel happier, because we're not giving any time, energy, or thought to the negative aspect of it. We don't care about it. All we care about is the positive and what we can extract from it that's going to help us. All right, and that's what I did. I wish I could go into detail, but hey, bro, I'm not about to be saying my stuff out here on the camera, so I'm not gonna say that. But let's just say there was a situation where, man, I can't even say. There was a situation where I thought something was hurting me, but it was actually helping me, and it still helps me to this day. The thing that I was sad about, I thought it was a detriment to me. I thought it was a bad thing for me, and I wished it was a different way. But it turns out that it's actually helping me. It turns out that thing that I was sad about is actually makes me happy that it's that way now. Because it's crazy, bro. I'm actually saying this, bro. Yeah, it makes me happy that things are the way they are now, because I can do me. I can do me. And if I told you the situation, you'd understand what I'm saying. But I could do me. I don't gotta worry about nothing. Like, I'm strictly doing me. But it all depends on what situation you're going through. Regardless of the situation you're going through, all you gotta do is change your attitude about the situation, and you're gonna be a lot happier about it. So I changed my whole attitude about it, and this was back in, like, I would say the beginning of 2020. And boom, I started to feel a lot happier, and I've been happy ever since. Everything this year has been good for me for the most part. We faced some adversity here on the channel in the past few months, but that's okay. I'm not sad about that. I'm an optimist. So you always gotta focus on that good. All right. So that's how you get out of the sadness, the depression. There's also this technique that you can use called auto suggestion. If you read Think and Grow Rich, you know about this technique. And there was this lady, I forget her name, bro. But she's I don't know. She's like a speaker now. She was a lady. She was depressed. She was out of a toxic relationship. Apparently, like, her boyfriend threw her like 3 feet across the room. abused her, like physically, like it was crazy. He said one day that she got choked out or something. She woke up, I don't know, some stuff like that. And I was like, man, I heard that. I was like, Jesus. So she was depressed after that. Obviously, you know, she left the man, they broke up, whatever. She was depressed. She went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you're depressed. And then the lady, she was like, oh, I'm depressed? Like, whoa, like me depressed? Like, really? Like, oh my gosh. Like, she would have never expected that. It's kind of like a scary thing to hear that, right? So what she did, she told the doctor, no, the doctor said, here, I'm gonna put you on Prozac, which is like a drug for, you know, depression, which, by the way, you don't need at all, which is proof exactly what I'm about to say, right? She cured herself without any use of any drugs, which you don't need any drugs to cure yourself, whether it be a mental issue or a physical issue. Now, it's good to take a doctor's advice, but you probably don't need it, because you can heal yourself with the power of your own thoughts and mind, which is a whole nother topic, okay? But what she did was she used auto-suggestion. So she told the doctor, she said, can you give me 30 days? I want to try something out. By the end of the 30 days, you know, I want to try this thing out, and I think I'll be different. The doctor said, okay. But if your condition is the same by the end of the 30 days, I need you to take this Prozac. So yeah, that was the deal. So what the lady did was she started saying affirmations. What are affirmations? They're just positive statements about yourself. They usually start with I am, or I am so happy and grateful now that. They're always in the present tense. You want to put them in the present tense and just say positive things about yourself. She started saying affirmations. She would hang up like notes around her house where it just had an affirmation on it. So as she was around walking out, you know, or walking around her house, there was just a whole bunch of positive statements. I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am, you know, loving, kind, all that good stuff, right? And she would say that over and over. I think she spent 25-30 minutes a day just reading off a whole list of affirmations, like in the morning or something. And she started to feel better. And by the end of the 30 days, she was like, oh, she was feeling great. Like, she completely turned her whole, you know, situation around, and she was no longer depressed. She went back to the doctor, and the doctor said, whoa, like, well, first off, the lady was telling her all the good things that are happening and how she feels and all that. And the doctor was like, whoa, like, what do you want, and where can I get some of that? The doctor said that. So, and the lady, she's like, I'm on these affirmations right now. I'm on this positive affirmations. Like, you know, that's what she was using. She didn't use no drugs, nothing but positive thoughts, affirmations. And that's what helped her get through it. So, hey, there you go. I gave you 2 solutions. Well, it's dark right here. I gave you 2 solutions right there. You can use those affirmations, which help, which are great. Also, changing your attitude about a situation is going to help you drastically, okay? That's going to be it for this vlog. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.